Breaking news from the Pentagon. The United States just made a move no one saw coming. A massive aircraft carrier strike group is now heading toward Latin America. What's behind this sudden power shift? Is this really about security or something far bigger? The Pentagon has just made a shocking move, sending a full U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike group into Latin American waters. This deployment marks one of the largest U.S. military operations in the Western Hemisphere in decades. The strike group includes the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's most advanced warship, equipped with F-35 jets, radar systems, and thousands of sailors. Officially, the Pentagon says this is to fight drug trafficking and protect U.S. interests in the region. But behind the headlines, analysts believe this move sends a deeper message, one of power, control, and deterrence. Tensions have been rising, with several Latin nations growing closer to China and Russia in recent years. Washington sees this as a warning, a reminder that America still dominates the seas of the Western Hemisphere. This move mirrors the Cold War era, when the U.S. projected military power to stop foreign influence in its backyard. Critics argue this operation risks destabilizing relations with neighboring countries. Supporters say it's a necessary step to combat drug cartels and safeguard U.S. national security. The USS Ford's arrival brings cutting-edge tech, electromagnetic launch systems, stealth fighters, and long-range sensors. Each mission costs millions per day, showing how serious this deployment really is. Latin American media calls it Operation Iron Wave, symbolizing both fear and power. Meanwhile, smaller nations worry that the U.S. might extend military control beyond the seas. Washington officials insist this is not an act of aggression, but a regional security mission. However, many experts say it's clearly a show of force aimed at China's growing trade presence in Latin America. China has built ports, factories, and even surveillance hubs across the region, something the Pentagon watches closely. Could this be the start of a new Cold War, this time in America's own hemisphere? U.S. officials deny that idea, but their actions tell another story. The question remains, what triggered this sudden escalation now? Some sources suggest recent intelligence about Russian ships moving near South American coasts. Others believe it's connected to the upcoming U.S. election, a show of strength for American voters. Either way, this deployment could shift U.S. foreign policy for years to come. Latin American leaders are now demanding an urgent UN session to discuss the move. Pentagon officials say the carrier will stay as long as needed. Analysts warn, once carriers move in, they rarely leave quickly. The world now watches the Caribbean closely, wondering what America's next step will be. One wrong move could turn this security mission into an international crisis. For now, all eyes are on the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's strongest symbol of U.S. naval power. The USS Gerald R. Ford now sails under the world's watchful eyes. Is this a message of peace or the start of something greater? Tell us what you think in the comments below.